dear viewers, welcome you all to the most romantic week of the year, the week of Valentine's Day. Well, romantic na sahi, lekin let me take you all through yet another very exciting episode of Zee Connect. मेला दिलों का आता है एक बार. इस बार आया है with Special Needs Future Development Center Family Fun Fair held at the Bilwa Indian School. Let's take a look.
SNF Family Fun Fair is in its 13th year, running successfully to create awareness about young adults with special needs, also known as the people of determination in Dubai. Our focus with time has been changing and has now come down to always been about building confidence, but we are trying to ensure we can include these students, not just our students, but our entire support group of families, include them what is also known as mainstream inclusion through schools, which is why we've been in contact with schools to support us through our family fun fair, and at the same time through the youth of schools to come in and participate in the competitions, hence help us build awareness about our students with special needs.
Thank you very much. 9 and 10 of them are working in different companies. So that's what we are here to promote our children, to bring in awareness and do this event to make sure that the mainstream people know about us. We have a lot of volunteers. This event will not be possible without the support of a lot of volunteers from various companies. Like we have Emirates NBD, Cummins, Network, International, and many, many more.
We, as a financial institution, we started working with people. We definitely do serve people. But then we realized serving people as a financial institution is not enough. So we have to give back to the society. And now SNF being a part of our family, because I am connected with SNF since last more than 5 years. Continuously, we are working every single year with this SNF fair, where the SNF does a lot for the people, the kids. They say disabled kids, but I will say they are not disabled, they are special kids. And trust me, it's a different feeling when, as an individual, as an institution, as an organization, we do attach with such people, such organizations and help and give. It's a completely different feeling.
It's a great place to be because they offer you varied variety of programs to enrich their learning and make them very, very confident. And Fun Fair is one of the opportunities which they have given so that they can explore different activities. They have done fancy dress, dance competitions, and it is so interesting. And I'm so attached to SNF that they make you feel like family. I always come to volunteer here to be a part of them.
अज़रबैजान नज़रबैजा तू ही तू आर.डी. बर्मन के गाने के बोल हैं ये. बट व्हाट डज इट मीन? यही होगा कि अज़रबैजान इज सो ब्यूटीफुल. Last week we brought to you part 1 of the big check-in. Let's see what they all did next in Baku.
We had been forewarned last night. वाले ने हमें बताया था कि गबाला पहुंचने के लिए 4 घंटे लगेंगे, and that we must set out as early as possible. But getting a group of 40 ready on time is really a feat of sorts.
Initially, every one of us was quite overwhelmed by the thought of being in the bus for such a long time. Gabala is 300 odd kilometers from Baku. Some of us sat listening to music, some got up on sleep, but soon things began to warm up. You cannot keep hardcore Bollywood fans quiet for long.
Right now we're in Azerbaijan, day 2 in Baku, but then we're a little away from Baku right now. This is all part of the big check-in day 2, and a huge thank you goes out to Air Arabia and Cosmo Travels for making this done and planning this entire trip with the team Big FM. Our listeners are here. We're on our way to Gabala. It's beautiful there, we've heard. It's about -10 is what we're told. It's already 2 degrees and I'm freezing. I've not worn my gloves. But if I stand here for the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna freeze really bad, and I think I did. I froze like a couple of minutes ago. It was pretty bad. So yeah, we're actually on our way. It's going to be amazing, I hope, and looking forward to playing with some snow and skiing. Gabala has been the ancient capital of the Caucasian Albania, and its history dates back some 2000 years. Modern Gabala manages to combine both ancient greatness and modern development, and it can be said that Gabala is one of the most vivid examples of cities of contrasts.
And then the excitement peaked. पहले बूंदों से कुछ बातें होने लगी और फिर रुई जैसी बर्फ की चादर. Some of us were experiencing snowfall for the first time. लोगों के expressions देखने वाले थे. As we headed for a lunch stopover, there was more snowfall. The mountains looked like nothing we have ever seen before.
It's extremely hot, as you can see. It's 50 degrees. People are sweating around me. Obviously, that's not the case. It's snowing. We are in Gabala. This is 5 hours ahead of Baku right now. And I mean, इससे ज़्यादा कपड़े मैं नहीं पहन सकता हूँ लाइफ में. इतनी लेयर्स पहनी है कि ये वाला जो ऊपर वाला है ना, लोग मुझे पहना रहे हैं. इसमें मैं फिट हुआ हूँ. इसको मैंने पहना नहीं है. But our trip, the big check-in, people are loving it right now. We are having lots and lots of fun. And we are going to talk to some people. This gentleman who looks very familiar. Sir, you look like Ujjwal Khanna from radio.
If you say so.
How are you feeling, sir?
Very nice, sir.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
feels like I'm sitting in a fridge.
Right.
And what else? I think I can make golas out of it.
Right, sir.
And we can have a lot of thanda, vanda, whatever, but I can't talk much.
Okay, there are like 100 layers I have, and he just has a t-shirt and a jacket.
Yes,
this is
sir.
what I wear in Dubai. Sir, are you not feeling cold?
Absolutely not, and I'm just loving the weather. और मैं कुछ नहीं पहनूंगा, मैं और ये भी खोल दूंगा. आगे जाके मैं ये भी निकाल दूंगा.
Hinge, very nice, very good.
Very good. Yeah. What eating? Michi. Okay.
लेकिन अभी और आगे जाना है. We headed to the ropeway that would take us up the mountain slopes towards a place called Tufangdag, where the real skiing happens.
The ropeway ride is fantastic. Again, a first for most of us, and it takes you over the mountains in about 5 or 7 minutes, but really exhilarating 5 to 7 minutes.
आसमान मानो जैसे बादलों की बाहों में हो. ये बर्फानी मौसम अब पिघल जाए.
कोई रोको हम दीवानों को, मन मचल ना जाए. Yoo-hoo!
But all good things do come to an end. We had to make our way to the bus back to Baku.
फिर वाले ने बताया कि रास्ते में सस्ती शॉपिंग हो सकती है. But it was mostly about dry fruits and some delicious jams and baklava.
शॉपिंग भूल जाती हैं मगर यादें रह जाती हैं. See you all next week with the rest of the trip.
Time for a short little break, but we are coming back with lots more right after. Welcome back. It's time now to see what's cooking today on Swat Se Swagat.
Welcome to Swat Se Swagat. मैं आपका host Chef Bharat Kumar from Marriott Al Jaddaf. Today we are going to make very simple but still elegant restaurant style lamb rack. So today we have take around 300 to 350 gram a thick meat of lamb rack, as you can see everyone. So for this lamb rack we are going to use some baby carrots, which we call in our culinary term we call it rainbow carrot also. हम इसको फ्लेवर देने के लिए हम इधर सी सोल्ट यूज़ करने जा रहे हैं. सी सोल्ट जो है वो फ्लेक्स होते हैं, जो मेल्डन सोल्ट भी बोलते हैं जिसको, जो इजीली आपको मार्केट में अवेलेबल है. दूसरा हम यहाँ पे यूज़ करने जा रहे हैं इंग्लिश मस्टर्ड. उसके बाद हमने इधर लिया है ब्रेड क्रम है, जो इजीली अगेन मार्केट के अंदर अवेलेबल है. आप घर पे चाहें तो ब्रेड के साथ भी बना सकते हैं. चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं। सबसे पहले इसको स्टार्ट करने के लिए आपको जो पैन यूज़ करना है वो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आपका पैन जो है वो थिक बॉटम पैन हो, जैसे कि मैंने यहाँ पे लिया है। आप देख सकते हैं बहुत हैवी और थिक बॉटम पैन है, क्योंकि आपको जब आपका लैम्प सीयर करना है तो हाई हीट पे सीयर होगा ये, ताकि जो उसकी जितनी भी फैट वाली साइड है या ये वाली साइड है ये पूरी अच्छे से ब्राउन कलर हो जाए। तो जब आप इसको खाएंगे मुंह में तो अंदर से ही आपको एग्जैक्ट पिंक मिलेगा और बाहर से क्रिस्पी मिलेगा, तो दोनों का एक कॉम्बिनेशन है। तो आपका पैन जो है हाई मीडियम हीट पे होना चाहिए और मीडियम हाई हीट। हमारा पैन गर्म हो चुका है। अब थोड़ा सा ऑलिव ऑयल डालेंगे। थोड़ा इसलिए डालेंगे क्योंकि हमारे लैम्प के अंदर ऑलरेडी फैट है इधर, जो जब हाई हीट पे जाएगा तो ऑलरेडी मेल्ट होगा, तो वो उसको ऑलरेडी ग्लेज देने के लिए काफ़ी होगा, तो इसलिए ज़्यादा ऑयल की ज़रूरत नहीं है हमें इस डिश के लिए। और एक 10 सेकंड वेट करेंगे ताकि इसका फुल हीट हो जाए डालने से पहले। जब तक पैन गर्म होता है तब तक हम इसको थोड़ा सा मैरिनेट कर लेते हैं लैम्प को। तो अब इसके अंदर जैसे मैंने आपको दिखाया कि ये सी सोल्ट के जो फ्लेक्स हैं, आप इजीली इसको देख सकते हैं। ब्लैक पेपर जो हमने क्रश किया हुआ है रोस्ट करने के बाद, हल्का सा ऑयल डालेंगे ताकि ये जो हमने सॉल्ट और ये डाला है ये इसमें एब्जॉर्ब हो जाएगा। तो अब हम अपना लैम्प इसके अंदर डालेंगे, हल्का सा इसको प्रेस करेंगे ताकि ये कलर जो है पूरा बराबर आ जाए उसका हर तरफ से। अब 1 मिनट हर साइड डालने के बाद देखिए इस पे कितना अच्छा कलर आ गया है। अभी हम इसको, जैसे कि मैंने शुरू में बोला था, हम इसको मीडियम कुक करेंगे जो परफेक्ट पिंक होगा इन साइड में। तो चलिए इसको ओवन में डाल देते हैं। एक फ्लैट ट्रे में लेंगे और इसको ओवन में डालेंगे 7 से 8 मिनट के लिए। ओके, अभी इसको हमने 7 मिनट ओवन में डाल के इसको बाहर निकाल लिया है। और अभी हम एज ए शेफ़ अगर मैं इसको टच करता हूँ तो मुझे फील हो जाएगा कि ये मीडियम है, बट आप घर पे बनाने के लिए आपको उसको टाइम नोट कीजिए और उसके बाद आपको वो परफेक्ट मिलेगा। अभी हम जो मेन टेक्निक थी जो मैंने आपको पहले बोला था कि अब इस टाइम पे हम इसमें मस्टर्ड यूज़ करेंगे। इसको अच्छे से मस्टर्ड से कोट करेंगे। अब ये जो हमारा ब्रेड क्रम्ब था, जो हमने रोजमेरी, थाइम और इसके अंदर हमने थोड़ा सा पिस्ताचियो भी यूज़ किया है। अभी हम इसको ब्रेड क्रम्ब कर लेते हैं। हर तरफ से इसको लगाएंगे। अभी ये देखिए इसको हमने क्रम्ब कर लिया है अच्छे से हर जगह से। अभी हम फिनिश करेंगे, जैसे कि पूरी रेसिपी है लैम्प विद ग्लेज्ड बेबी कैरेट। सो अभी ये जो बेबी कैरेट्स हैं हम इसको ग्लेज करेंगे। एक पैन को मीडियम हीट पे गर्म करेंगे। इस पैन गर्म हो चुका है तो इसके अंदर थोड़ी सी शुगर डालेंगे। जैसे ही आप शुगर डालेंगे ये मेल्ट होना शुरू हो जाएगी, हल्की सी मेल्ट होएगी। उसके बाद हम इसमें थोड़ा सा बटर डाल देंगे। इसके अंदर ये बेबी कैरेट्स डालेंगे तो इसको अच्छे से टोस्ट करेंगे। अब इसको पैन में से निकाल देंगे। अब इसका फाइनल पार्ट करते हैं जो कि प्लेटिंग है। बिल्कुल सिंपल। और इसको सर्व कीजिए मिंट जेली के साथ। ये मिंट जेली रेडीमेड मार्केट में अवेलेबल है। आप ये अगेन ये स्वीट मिंट का फ्लेवर होता है, बहुत अच्छी लगती है लैम्प के साथ खाने में। ये आपकी जो डिश है ये बन के तैयार है, एग्जैक्टली रेडी टू गो टू योर टेबल। एंजॉय। तो थोड़ा सा मैरिनेट कर लेते हैं लैम्प को। ब्लैक पेपर, हल्का सा ऑयल डालेंगे, इतना लैम्प इसके अंदर डालेंगे, ओवन में डालेंगे 7 से 8 मिनट के लिए। को अच्छे से मस्टर्ड से कोट करेंगे। अभी हम इसको ब्रेड क्रम्ब कर लेते हैं। थोड़ी सी शुगर डालेंगे, उसके बाद हम इसमें थोड़ा सा बटर डाल देंगे। ये बेबी कैरेट्स डालेंगे।
And after that delicious session of Swad Se Swagat, it's time again for a little break, but we will see you very soon. सुना है कि बिजनेस की दुनिया में लोग बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, लेकिन आज हमारे साथ जो मेहमान है वो तो खुद ही नाचती है, मगर शौक से। Let's meet today's guest. Hi Ansi, welcome to Z Connect.
Thank you, Priya.
Right, Ansi, so you are on Profession versus Passion with us. We'll go with knowing what your profession is. What do you do as a career for a living?
Well, the chunk of money comes from public relations. I'm a freelance consultant.
Okay.
But for the last few months, I've been helping Dad out with his business as well.
Okay, okay. So as a freelance PR, what kind of events or what do you associate with mostly?
Well, a combination of government, semi-government, B2B campaigns.
Okay.
There are some individual profiles that I look at. So kind of like the thought leadership format. That's what I look at building. I enjoy that.
Okay, okay. And what does Dad's business involve?
He's in the automobile field, so nothing related, and not like I enjoy automobile PR all that much, but yeah, we have a small like car repair shop and a service station and all of that going
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Okay. So Dad was like, if you're doing so much PR outside for others, you might as well do something.
Might as well, yeah, might as well be useful for me as well.
Yeah. That's nice, that's quite nice. So Ansi, as I understand, you've had a passion since very, very long, since you were a child for maybe what, 5, 6?
Yeah, 6 years old, yeah.
What is that passion?
Dance.
Dance,
Yeah.
right. So you've been dancing ever since then, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you know you've learned different forms of dancing. You've had a lot of challenges, and yeah, you still continue dancing till date. Tell me all about this. How did it start, and why did you choose certain forms of dancing that you did?
Right. Well, to be very honest, Priya, I was prescribed dance as a form of physiotherapy. So I have partial cerebral palsy, which means I'm a little weak waist down. I walk differently. I have balance and flexibility issues. My parents found out that I have the condition only when I was about 4.5, 5 years old.
Okay.
So obviously all the checks were done. They're like, oh, she had cerebral palsy. How do we ensure that this does not progress? How do we lock the condition pretty much, make sure that it doesn't get worse than where it was? And outside of physiotherapy and things like swimming, and they were like, you know, dancing is a great way to ensure there's no muscle wastage and muscle strengthening. So to be very honest, against my will, mom put me in Bharatanatyam lessons. To my first stage performance in Bharatanatyam, I ran away to join karate classes. But then from there it's just been on. But I've danced like in school with friends. I've always enjoyed dancing and choreography. It took me a while to understand that I have a physical condition which is not really fully conducive to dancing professionally or the way an able-bodied person would. Even in my dance class, I'm immensely grateful to Guru Natarajan. He was phenomenal. He was way ahead of his time. So there was nothing like where you see, oh, here's a differently able child, you know, let's do something separate and let's mollycoddle or let's do none of that.
And this was always happening, right?
This was,
from
6
childhood
onwards. Yeah, from about 6 till about 10, 11. And it was way of life for me. I just guess I was, you know, the rowdy who wanted to go and do like, you know, very inspired by like Kung Fu and karate and all in movies, and I wanted to go and do that. But dance has been there. Till I chanced upon Guru Pali Chandra at an event. In fact, it was a Z Mela or something where I saw her for the first time. Mesmerized. I was like, this is in my 20s. And I was like, oh my God, like I want to also learn Kathak. And that was phenomenal as well, because after 3 months of like kind of dilly-dallying and not really making that call to turn up and try out for a class with her, I finally did. And the same there as well, you know, where I finished the first class and we all go and do our like namaskar and stuff. And I looked at Paliji and I go, Pali, so can I? She's like, what? I was like, no, do you think I can dance? She's like, why not? And I was so taken aback by her, because, you know, by the time like you've traveled from childhood to 20s, you've set in your head, Arey, I have a condition, I'm differently abled, I move like this, I don't move like that, I don't have flexibility, I don't have balance, how do I dance, how do I...
And I'm sure there have been people who've treated you that way. And
yes, absolutely. Very quick to judge. Oh, you want to dance? Don't waste your time. It's a matter of mindset. Like, and again, inclusivity is a mindset. It's not, again, something that you see, but often that's what happens, you know.
So since you've trained over the years and now you are a professional dancer, what else? How do you keep this? Like, do you keep practicing now?
Yes. Absolutely. So I have my Bharatanatyam training through the week. So about 2 to 3 times a week I do my Bharatanatyam training. Get teachers like Pooja and Shweta. Really, it's been fantastic to kind of like have them here. So a lot of blessings. They all are invested in my attempt to kind of work within the inclusive performing arts, inclusive dance space. So outside of my training in Bharatanatyam, contemporary, yoga, I try to conduct whenever time permits a micro workshop. It's an open session. People with any condition, disorder, disability, they're welcome to come.
It's wonderful, Ansi. I think you are an inspiration in yourself with whatever you do. With dancing, of course, despite having a condition, you've gone out there as you just explained, and now you're doing workshops to kind of not just have more and more people change their mindsets about it, people who are artists like yourself and people who are probably, their parents, their friends, relatives, everybody in the world believe that nothing is impossible.
Yes.
You can really do what you put your mind to.
100%. 100%.
Great. It's been wonderful talking to you,
Thank
Ansi.
you.
Thank you, and may you keep dancing your way through life.
Thank you so much.
Ansi here is giving out a message that you should not really treat a small physical disability as an impediment in life. You should carry on with your passion, whatever that may be, regardless. With that, we come to an end to this episode of Z Connect, but we will be back with lots more next week. Keep sending in your feedback to us through our social media handles, and I will see you very soon. Take care.